Conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
This is Believe You Me on the Gas Digital Network.
CM Punk, Lewis. CM Punk is going to be on the card. You know, how do you feel about that?
Look, dude, I've said for a while, it just shouldn't be happening in the UFC. I don't want to shit on the UFC, but, it's main card, knocking off Alistair Overeem, throwing him to the undercard. It just,
okay.
It's kind of silly to me. I completely understand you want to sell tickets, you want to make money, but the reality is you could throw anybody on a card. If you took any celebrity, any minor celebrity, and threw them on a card, it would have a lot of people watching it. It doesn't make it right. And you don't see it happen in other sports.
Well, you're right. I see what you're saying there when you say it doesn't make it right. And I guess to a certain degree, it doesn't. But if it's your company and you're trying to make money, and that's the reason why you signed CM Punk in the first place, I think you do it. I was actually at the UFC offices last Tuesday, and I had a chat with Dana about it because he said people are bitching about it like crazy. And yes, Overeem now is, he's on the prelims, which is crazy. Alistair Overeem, if I'm not mistaken, earns a lot of money. He's got a very good contract. He's going to be fighting on Fox Sports, which is great for FS1. It's amazing, but it's not as prestigious as being on the main card, obviously. But at the end of the day, CM Punk is who he is, and people know about him, and we're talking about him. And he's got a following. He came over from the WWE. And I don't want to shit all over CM Punk. If anything, I actually really admire the guy because he got ridiculed so much. I don't know what his financial situation is. I'm assuming he did very well in the WWE. He seems to be a big name and a big star. But he's come over to the UFC. He got ridiculed. And then he got smashed by our boy Mickey Gall. And then he got ridiculed even more. And now he's still got the balls to come back and do it again. Now, is he fighting one of the best fighters in the UFC? No, far from it. He's fighting Mike Jackson, who himself is also 0-1. But that aside, to step back out there into the lion's den, if you will, of all the public criticism and negativity, to do all that, to take it all, and stick two fingers up at them or one middle finger up at everybody and say, fuck you. I admire that.
Meh. I just don't.
And money makes the world go around, buddy.
I'm not
defending it. I'm saying I understand why it makes the world go around.
Look, I just, I won't beat a dead horse here, but I will say that I feel like it's sort of a middle finger to a lot of the other guys that have spent a lot of time trying to get there. And it just it slows the progress of the sport, in my opinion. I know that it's money talks. And
hold on a minute. I wouldn't go that far. Slowing the progress of the sport. That's a fucking big statement. I mean, let's not forget, back in the day in Pride, they had freak show fights all the time.
Right.
And no one bitched about that. No one said anything about that. I'm not being a UFC shill. I'm just trying to give a counter argument. Dana gets it, but he said, I can't remember who he quoted. He said someone was bitching at him that CM Punk was on the main card. And he said, well, when you sell as many fucking pay-per-views as CM Punk, then you'll be on the main card. When you put it like that, it's just economics at the end of the day.
The reality is you can't give CM Punk a contract where you're paying him millions of dollars probably to be on an undercard. It's bad business. However, I just wouldn't give him a contract. The reason I say it slows the progress of the sport is because it makes everyone stop and go, okay, it's just not real. It's not a real sport. It is very much... it has that freak show element. And to be honest with you, Pride, that was sort of the criticism of Pride back in the day, that everyone was on steroids. They did freak show fights. There was no rhyme or reason to what was going on. And I think that the UFC was able to sort of step ahead of Pride in terms of respect because they did treat it like a sport. They brought in athletic commissions. They changed the rules. They created safety for the fighters. And I feel like when they do this, when it's very much transparently just an economic move, I feel like it's very transparent and it slows the progress of the sport. Fucking argument.
Here we go. Get ready for the counter. I've been very patient listening to you waffle when I made the same point extendedly. I get it. I got where you were going straight away. Okay. Now, here's the counter. You're saying it's, and again, I'm retired from the UFC. I'll say whatever I want. Let's say an extra 500,000 wrestling fans tune in, and watch this fight this weekend. Okay, 500,000 new fans. They watch it. They go, holy shit! All right, CM Punk got smashed. I'm not saying he's going to get smashed. He wins, he loses, whatever. But they watch the rest of the fight and they love it, and it's amazing. And they go tell all the people and the wrestling WWE forums on Monday morning, like, holy shit! I watched the UFC event of the weekend. It was fucking awesome. And then it builds. How is that affecting the growth of the sport? It is actually growing the sport massively because it's bringing a new fan base and new eyeballs to the sport, as well as, of course, making money. And yes, there may be more deserving fighters down the line, but still, it does help the progress of the sport, in my opinion.
Yes, bringing new eyes to the sport helps the progress of the sport, and just in terms of dollars and in terms of people. But are those people staying? I mean, yeah, there's probably a number of people that are going to stay. Maybe.
Listen, you used to be a WWE fan, Lewis, back in the day, and now you're an MMA fan.
I completely agree.
Did you stay?
But does that, hold on, but it's a little bit.
Did you stay? Did you stay? Did you stay? Did you stay?
Yes, I stayed.
Well, yeah, you fucking stayed.
That's not the point.
So why won't they stay?
They might stay. They might stay. The point is, though, it's a little short-sighted to give up the credibility of what is considered a legitimate sport. I mean, it's got the fucking Fox Sports theme. Now they're going to ESPN. It's a real sport before every show. You're giving up a little bit of that credibility, and I think it might be short-sighted to just make that quick sale. Yes, there are people and eyes coming to it, but I think the hardcore fans are going, you know what? This isn't necessarily what we're looking for. And to be honest with you, I think it's built off the back of those hardcore fans. The truth is, having casual fans is great, and those people will come out to Hooters, but I think it's the hardcore fans that are going to, that are buying the bulk of those pay-per-views.
Okay, absolutely correct. But let's just look at the card, because it's fucking ridiculous. On the FS1, Fox Sports, for free, you got Rashad Coulter versus I don't know that fight, but you got Ricardo Lamas, Mercer Bektik. That's an amazing fight. Former champion Claudia Gadelha taking on former champion Carla Esparza, and then Alistair Overeem taking on Curtis Blades. That's an amazing fight. So you could argue that you're giving to the hardcore fan base, because for those people that can't afford the $60 in this troubled economy, maybe they can't afford, but they get to see stellar fights.
But did you stay?
I sound like I'm being paid by the
Holy shit, how much are they giving you?
Not.
How much are they giving you under the tables? Is it all cash? Is it off the, you don't have to pay taxes on it? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's it. When Dana called me last week, he's like, listen, you got to support the CM Punk thing,
sell
Mike.
CM Punk, sell it.
The fucking chick magnet. We got to sell the chick magnet.
You see, what I think, this isn't even Michael Bisping. Dana White's, this is a puppet, a Michael Bisping puppet. Dana White's hand is up his ass right now, and he's just fucking yapping. It's crazy.
No, I'll be honest. Listen, of course, I'm an MMA guy. I'm not overly excited about seeing CM Punk, but I'm excited for this weekend's card. I really am. I want to ask you a question. Me and Lewis were having a spirited debate earlier. Obviously, this weekend, UFC 225, opening the main card, CM Punk versus Mike Jackson. Okay, we know the controversy there. CM Punk, one fight in the UFC, he lost. Now, WWE guy, all the rest. You know the background. Lewis is saying basically it's bullshit. He has no place being there. I'm like, well, I kind of understand it from a business standpoint, because he brings in a lot of pay-per-view buyers. What do you think? What's your opinion? Where do you stand on this whole thing?
Now I admire him. Because the first walk to the cage is not the hard one. The second one is the fucking hard one. Because you know what's waiting there for you. You know what's waiting there. In his case, you know what's waiting there from last time? Not only failure, but like completely, he was ridiculed. He was embarrassed. His face and body probably hurt in ways it never hurt, in his life. And he's going to do it again. And I admire that. I do admire that.
You hear that, Lewis? You hear that, Lewis? Does that sound familiar? Did I just say that 5-10 minutes ago?
Well, hold on. Hold on. Robin made that fucking brilliant. Robin made that brilliant point where he said it's not the first walk that's the hardest; it's the second walk. You didn't say anything anywhere near as insightful as that.
No, I didn't say quite as eloquently as the great Robin Black. Okay, I've had a lot of coffee this morning, and I just traveled the world. I'm very busy, I'm very tired, and quite frankly, you can go fuck yourself. But what I did say is that it's so fucking hard for this guy, after all the ridicule that he got, losing the first time the way he did, to do it all over again. You have to respect that.